The U.S. Senate passes the Anti-BDS legislation with strong majority. This is actually what you were referencing to, Parker. There's 26 states in the union that have a law on their books that says the local government or the state government is allowed to boycott you if you want to boycott Israel. Like if you don't want to do like business as a contractor. So a bill was just passed recently that is literally like, here's the wording in the bill. So if you don't agree or you're public with your criticisms of how Israel is dealing with the Palestine situations, the local government and these 26 that have passed it, and they're encouraging more to do it, are allowed to take your pension if you're a government worker, get away you can take your retirement, all your assets. They can choose to not do business with you if you're a contractor, all because of your opinion on this one thing, which seems fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fund that is controlled by a state or local government.
Yes, so like
if you have a retirement, I mean, you can have retirement annuities that aren't necessarily controlled by state or local governments, right?
Right.
Yeah, but if you worked in government your whole life,
yeah, no,
you can't come out against Israel now because your pension's going to be fucked.
Yeah, and you can look at a trend of like growing government workers in the society. Like it's just going to keep going up. So
I think it's getting challenged in court though. Like a lot of people, I think especially in Texas, it's going to the Supreme Court. I'm pretty sure.
I have no doubt about that. I think this bill is actually being put in place because that thing in Texas is going to the Supreme Court, and they want to have a law on the books that is just like, no, Congress is fine with this before that actual thing starts up.
I don't get how this is
legal.
There's no way it's not against the First Amendment. There's just no way in hell.
No, it is. It's
100%.
It's in direct violation of the First Amendment.
Now the question is Israel, is this such like a thing that they're going to come up with some bullshit to just keep it in place? You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Like, is the government just going to ignore the First Amendment? They kind of already have.
Oh,
but...
dude, yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, they ignore so much.
No, I mean the courts.
Yes, they do it all the time.
Especially our current Supreme Court certainly will.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
That's right. Yeah, you're kind of right. 5-4, baby.
This is the wording in the actual bill. It was passed with a majority. Out of the 77 of the senators voted for it. A majority of the Democrats, and only one Republican voted against it. And I guess, Parker, you can take a giant freaking guess who that might have been. Obviously, Rand Paul, the only one that cares about our freedoms whatsoever on that side. Here's
your
him.
father.
What are you saying? What are you saying, Parker?
Your father that you don't know about.
Yeah,
your secret father.
The guy I wish was my father.
Do you love Rand Paul?
Dude, Ron Paul and Rand Paul are like my two favorite politicians of all time.
You mean the literal symbols of libertarianism
yes.
in America?
Yes.
I'm surprised you like them, Ryan.
Oh shit!
It caught me off guard.
Ron Paul got my attention in 2008. I will say that.
Yeah, of course, because he was a great candidate and should have won.
Well, I think in 2008 he was one of the only people saying legalize weed too.
Yeah, he was the only Republican saying it.
Yeah, I'm surprised he went off
weed.
I think that's what got my attention, because in 2008 I was 15, so
you're
I
prime
was
weed
like,
smoking.
yeah, do weed, and I would have been bummed. Like, what do you mean I have to be 21? Like, man, fuck Ron Paul. He's breaking his promise.
Do you think that stops anybody?
What do you mean? The
having
age
to be
restriction?
21 to smoke weed?
Oh no, just like legally. It's like, well, now I have to continue going to my drug dealer. Like,
yeah.
Now nothing changes.
All that does is keep a small proportion of the drug dealers in business. Okay, so this is what Rand had to say about it.
You go farther back in our history, about the time of the Boston Tea Party and beyond, another boycott, you find that people were boycotting the slave trade. There were people boycotting buying sugar out of the Caribbean because they didn't want to have any of that money go to supporting the slave trade. I would argue that the right to boycott is about as fundamental a right as we have in America. It's a big part of the First Amendment. It's an important part of the First Amendment. But it is a fundamental aspect of freedom to be able to dissent, to protest. Even when everybody thinks you're wrong, that's what America's about. That you have the right to protest. That the government will not squelch your speech. How did we get to this point where flippantly today we are going to encourage states to have limitations on the First Amendment? I don't know how we got here.
And then Marco Rubio had himself a little tweet storm. This is the guy who actually wrote the bill. He goes, he was responding to Bernie Sanders and a couple other people, but he's saying that those criticisms are a lie, and the bill does not punish political activists. It protects the rights of local state governments that decide to no longer do business with those who boycott Israel. So he basically just said that we're not going to violate their rights. We're just going to make it legal so that the states can violate your rights.
That's literally, that tweet says, we're not going to violate their rights. We're just going to violate their rights.
Yeah. That's all
that says.
You don't understand it. We're all for state-run government violating your rights right there.
Yeah.
We just don't want it federally done.
It's like saying, look, I'm not encouraging my kid to drink and drive. I'm just giving him the choice.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just, the liquor cabinet's there. Here's the keys. There.
Dude, what the fuck? Like, yes, human beings have more rights than local governments. Like, what the fuck? Your government isn't allowed to, I don't know. Your government shouldn't be allowed to boycott stuff.
Yeah, how can your government boycott you? That's fucked.
And this is
so fucked.
These laws on these 26 states that have them, they've been around for years, dude.
Yeah.
They haven't even, this just came up because of this. Because that lawsuit that's coming up, they're trying to give it another law on the books federally to make it look a little bit more legit.
It's crazy.
Man, I need some chapstick.
It's crazy.
Dude.
And my thing is, is Marco Rubio this dumb that he thinks that logic makes sense? Or is he just doesn't care that everyone can clearly tell that he's lying?
I don't know. He's just a little choir boy.
This guy was almost president.
No, he wasn't.
Marco Rubio?
He was never going to be president.
He would have lost to general. There's no way.
There's no way. He would have lost to a fucking cucumber. That dude was weak as shit.
My favorite video is the one where he keeps going, let's dispel with this fiction that Hillary Clinton doesn't know what he's doing. Or who is it, Obama?
Oh, like when he kept saying the same thing over again, and that old fat boy Christie.
Yeah, he was like, there it is again. There's this.
He's doing it. He's third time, yeah. And then all of a sudden, Christie went up in the polls just because he's like, see, he's repeating himself.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, oh, we got him, burn.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna vote for Chris Christie, because of that sick burn.